All right, let's dive into something really interesting today. Peruvian fintech. We're taking a deep dive into the CMS Financial Innovation Peru 2024
Sure.
event.
Sounds exciting.
It is. Forget your typical finance conference. This one's different. We're looking at the event's agenda, some press stuff too, and honestly, the most fascinating thing is how traditional banking and cutting-edge fintech are blending.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how Peru's financial scene is changing and evolving.
Yeah,
This fusion of old and new is definitely a key theme.
totally. And you see it right there in how they've structured the event. Two tracks.
Oh, like two separate paths?
Exactly. Credito Banca, that's your more traditional credit and banking folks. And then Fine and Pay, all about fintech and digital payments.
So they're building a bridge.
Exactly. It's
What,
not about one replacing the other.
right. And if you look at the sessions, like there's one called Bancos in Latino America, incorporating blockchain, Caso de Uso. Banks in Latin America incorporating blockchain use cases.
Bringing in the tech that everyone thinks is here to disrupt everything.
It's about integration. Just like the session on fintech tools for the municipal savings and credit bank systems strengthening what's already there.
Exactly. It's not about disruption. It's about,
Evolution.
yes. And it's bigger than Peru. CMS Financial Innovation is happening in Argentina, Chile, even Spain.
It's a global
It
conversation.
makes you think, what's going to come out of this global fintech movement? So we've seen that this event is a melting pot of fintech innovation.
It is, and when we look at the people leading the charge, it gets really interesting.
You're right. So who are some of these big names making this fusion of traditional banking and fintech happen?
Well, one name that jumps out is Paulo Simoni Pintos. He's from the Asociación de Profesionales de Cobranzas Peru, talking about AI and microfinance.
I saw that, and it really stuck with me.
Right. You don't see that every day.
Not at all. It's one thing to talk about AI broadly, but microfinance in Peru, that's
Yeah.
so specific, so relevant.
Absolutely. Think about the number of people in Peru who are unbanked. Microfinance is their lifeline.
Right.
Now bring in AI. Imagine using it to assess risk for people without traditional credit histories, personalizing loans, even detecting fraud.
It's like a whole new world of possibilities opening up.
Exactly. And it's not just microloans. We also have Eric Ortiz-Circovich from the Association Blockchain and DLT Peru.
Another big one, blockchain is huge right now.
Huge. And then there's Christian Zavaleta, CEO of Cambia. They're all about financial education, empowerment.
So we've got AI, blockchain, and now financial literacy. It's like they're thinking of the entire ecosystem.
They really are, and that's what makes this event so compelling.
And it reminds me of another session that caught my eye. It was all about APIs, and attendees can test them out with Banco de Crédito del Peru, BCP,
BCP, that's a big deal.
one of the biggest banks in Peru,
Yeah.
and they're diving headfirst into open banking.
And for our listeners who might not know, APIs or application programming interfaces are how different systems talk to each other digitally.
They're the messengers of the digital world.
Exactly. So picture this. You can connect your bank account to any financial app you want, regardless of who you bank with.
That's the beauty of open banking. It's all about seamless integration.
And it's completely changing the fintech game.
So we've got AI, blockchain, open banking. It's like a who's who of fintech trends.
It really is, and we haven't even scratched the surface of what this means for the average person in Peru.
Yeah, and it's all very exciting, but we should talk about what this actually means for people in Peru.
Right. All of this tech is great, but how does it actually make a difference?
Exactly, and that's where I think that session on remittances really stands out. Remesas y sus distintos modelos de negocios.
Remittances, yeah, that's a big one, especially in a place like Peru.
Huge. And you've got major players like MoneyGram there.
The traditional players, but then you also have,
BCP.
again,
Exactly. They're all over this event. And this time, they've got Lenin Omar Tario Vilches talking about, get this, product owner for blockchain and crypto assets.
that title alone speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Seriously. It's like they're going all in on how this tech can change how money moves. And when you think about the impact on families who depend on remittances, faster, cheaper, more secure payments.
It could be life-changing, especially for people sending money back home to places where traditional banking is tough.
It's fintech for good. Real, tangible impact.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the serious stuff either. There's that panel on digital wallets,
The ape versus Pateplan.
a showdown. It's pretty cool to see that level of competition in the Peruvian market.
Homegrown innovation going head-to-head.
Exactly. And speaking of innovation, we should mention DASA Legal Tech, AI-powered debt collection.
Oh yeah, they're doing some fascinating stuff.
And the fact that they're a key sponsor says a lot. Legal tech is becoming crucial in the fintech space.
It makes sense. As fintech pushes boundaries, you need the legal frameworks to keep up.
To make sure it's all above board. Responsible innovation, that's the key.
It all ties together. Technology, regulation, social impact. It's bigger than just lines of code.
It really is. And what we've seen from this deep dive into CMS Financial Innovation Peru, it's clear that Peru gets it. They're embracing all of it.
Absolutely. So, to our listener, what's standing out to you? What part of the future of fintech in Peru excites you the most?
It's a lot to process, but here's something else to think about. The organizers gave a shout out to Tatiana Ramaji for putting this whole thing together.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Makes you wonder, how will her vision, her influence, shape fintech? Not just in Peru, maybe globally.
It's a great question, and it speaks to the broader impact of events like this. Well, we've certainly uncovered a lot to keep an eye on in the world of fintech. If you're eager to go deeper, check out the CMS Financial Innovation Peru 2024 website for the full agenda and speaker list. Until next time, keep exploring.